So if we are going in and say now we have a sticky nav, let me just build one real quick. Put that in white. Did I copy that? I did not. I usually just have a nice quick. Whoopsies. Done. All right. So say it's terribly wide. That's what happens. This is why I set things up ahead of time, because I get really particular about like little annoying details like that. Now I want to do this too. Okay, so here's our Hamburger navigation. This is going to be our actual navigation that's going to open up. This is where we're going to utilize those overlays again. So we discussed this a little several weeks ago, I believe, different kind of like anatomy of how we can approach things from a mobile state. So when it does come down to a navigation, we can have a full takeover. So it opens up as a full page. And then we particularly would have an X. You would always have an X exactly where that nav is. So if I have my thumb here to open, I would have my thumb exactly there as well to close. And like I said, that's going to be a full takeover navigation. And usually those appear with the copy all centered down the middle of that. If you want to do that in another way, so say we want that to come out from the side, you might want to just have this a little bit thinner. And same thing though, you still want to have your little X appear exactly where it is in the navigation. So to be able to close, it's always just nice to keep that little indicator in there. Just going to use this as my size. Where's my little, why can't I rotate? All right, so I'm gonna put this here, but instead now I'm gonna move this over there. We'll call this close. Nope. That right? Yes, that's right. Well, that's a bit extreme. Let's make that smaller. Okay, I'm not gonna get fiddly with that. So let's just add some navigation here. So we can call this now one. Now 2, 3, say 4. So now we're going to open those up. All right. So there's our navigation. We can decide what color we want this to be. Maybe we want this to be, oops. Some actual page. We want that to open up in black. So it's going to be super bold. Okay. So now again, if this is say, we go over to our prototype. So now we're going to add another flow state here. Nope. There we go. Going to go ahead and connect these two pages. So again, on tap, just kidding. We're going to connect this navigation to here. So now we do want this to be on tap because we want to say when we are tapping that navigation, this will open up. So it is on tap, but instead of navigating to, again, we want to open that overlay. And you can see this is that visual cue that now this is an overlay and this isn't an actual page. So here's where you get to decide where that overlay is going to open to. Again, we connected that up already, so it's fine. Instant, yes, or we can have this move in, and Figma is really great that it can show you a little animation. We probably wouldn't want this to come out from the left-hand side because our navigation's on the right, or the top or the bottom. It would be weird. So I'll personally default back to that. I think timing, we're probably fine, but centered, probably not so much. We are very much going to want to come bring that out from the top left or the top right, which is where we're going to want that to be. Close when clicking outside. Yes, we can add that background onto there. And then let's see what happens. And there we go. Oh, now we still have that pop up in there, but cool, eh? So when it comes down to once we get to this, you're like, okay, that's great. Now, how do I get those pages to now link? And then even though it's a pop-up and it's not an actual page, it all still works the exact same way. So instead now here, page 2, so this guy is not in there now. Pardon me. From the prototype. Oh, now these are all separate. That's one thing with Figma is one whole text box is going to you can't just at least I don't believe highlight text. So now from the prototype state, we'll just go here and then on tap, we're going to navigate to. You can have this move in. I would personally just say instant. So now let's see. I don't want this pop up too. We need to disconnect that. So now we hit this, navigate one, and there we are. And again, you could change this if you do want, you know, this to move in, anything like that. You're welcome to slide in. Doesn't look so bad either. Restart. Navigate one. That looks kind of nice when it comes to a mobile app. So you could do that potentially if you would like as well. So those are the two kind of most popular ways that you would utilize overlays in